And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Ryan Metzler.
Hey everybody, it's Ryan Metzler here again, and today we're going to be taking a look at a game that involves these spiffy glasses that you can see I have on here. We're going to take a look at Fibber, which is a game which you're going to be playing in order to try and get rid of your hand of cards. The idea is to either get rid of your cards by telling the truth and being lucky, or by bluffing or lying a little bit and getting your cards to the table without other players knowing that you're lying. So real quick, we'll take a look at how this game plays and why I have these funny glasses, and then we'll come back here and we'll get my final opinion on the game as a whole. So here you can see the components for Fibber, and this is basically just a bluffing game where each player is going to have a hand of cards showing different creatures on it. So we have aliens and witches, wild cards and Bigfoots and ghosts, and all types of different things. There's dragons as well, and they're all color coordinated. But the idea here is that each player is trying to get rid of their cards, and on your turn, this little silver nose piece is going to be on one of these different creatures. So for example, right now it's on Bigfoots. And I have to play cards from my hand. Now no one knows what I'm playing, but I can choose cards from my hand and say I'm playing a certain number of Bigfoots. And there's a known number of these cards in the deck for each of them. I think it's 4 of each, plus some wilds. Is it 4 of each? Yes. And so it's going to be a little bit easy somewhat for my opponents to try and figure out what I have going on if they have a lot of that card in their hand. But for example, I could say I'm going to play 2 Bigfoots, and I could play a wild and a Bigfoot, and technically this is not a lie. I'm playing 2 Bigfoots. Now instead of doing that, I could play something like this. I'm playing 2 Bigfoots and play a wild and a Bigfoot and an alien. Now I've lied. And someone, if they thought I was lying, could say Fibber. And if they do so, and I am lying, I'm not going to show them my cards, but I'm going to take all of the cards from the center, put them in my hand, and I'm going to take one of these noses and put it on top of my nose thing. So you can see this nose will get longer and longer as you lie more and more and get caught. If I had played the 2 Bigfoots, like the wild and the Bigfoot here, and they called Fibber, they're going to pick up all of the cards in the center after I show them that I wasn't lying. They're going to add them to their hand, and they're going to take a nose and put it onto their mask. So the objective here is to get rid of all of your cards, either by playing the appropriate cards on your turn or by lying very well. And after you've played, you're going to move it to the next spot, and the next player would then have to play ghosts, or to lie about playing ghosts. So they'd look at their hand, they have a ghost, but maybe they want to get rid of 2 cards, so they say, I'll play 2 ghosts. And it would move to the next player, and maybe they have to play aliens, so they do have 2 aliens, and they're going to play 2 aliens. I have 2 aliens. And you're going to keep going in this matter until either somebody calls Fibber and is wrong or right, doesn't matter, and they'll take one of these noses, or until somebody gets rid of all of their cards. So basically, you're going to be trying to prevent your opponents from getting rid of their cards, because if they get rid of their cards, they're going to get to take all of the noses off of their thing. So if this player had gotten rid of all their cards, all the noses would come back off and go into the center of the table. Whereas other players may still have some noses on their masks because they got caught in lies, or they accused someone else of lying when they actually hadn't. When the last nose is taken, which is actually going to be the silver nose from the center of the table, the game will end, and whoever has the shortest nose by either playing cards the best and not getting caught, or by telling the truth and playing cards when they should, is going to be the winner. Well, there you have it. That is Fibber, a very easy game, and one you can actually play with a simple deck of cards. Now, you might be able to see, I'm not very good at the game. This was something like my score in most of the games we played. I didn't do so hot and got a lot of these little noses because I just lied all the time. And I got caught frequently because everybody knew I was lying. So, all in all, I mean, this game it's one that you really don't need this kit to play. You can play it with a deck of cards and just keep score. You can just try and be the first person to get rid of your hand. And I think the accessories are a little bit unnecessary. Now, for kids, it might be fun to have the different little noses and things that you can wear. But overall, I can't really recommend going out and buying a copy of Fibber because you can probably already play it with something you have laying around your house.
Thanks for watching our review today. For more information about board games, as well as the #1 board game audio podcast, check out Dicetower.com for reviews, interviews, and more. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.